LakelandCarKeys.com. Alright, I just got a delivery. Here are my two new Xhorse key cutting machines. This is a manual side-by-side duplicator that's going to replace my older Ilco that I have inside the vehicle now. That one I'll put inside my key shop. And this is another manual side-by-side duplicator, but this one is for high security keys. Alright, so I'll get these opened up and we will go to the back of the van and see where we're going to place them and get them all set up. Alright, so pardon my mess back here right now, but this is the current setup that I've been running around with. I have the Xhorse Dolphin over there and the 045 HD side-by-side duplicator. So this one's a lot older unit and it does take a lot of power on startup. The inverter that I had in my other van, if I tried to turn this on just normally, it would shut the inverter off. But if I left the power switch on and then turned on power on the inverter, it would, it would have enough power to go ahead and get it started. I just think it's just the amperage draw. I did upgrade my inverter twice and this one still did that. So I believe that one's going to take a lot less power, and I believe, yes, that one is actually battery backup, kind of like the Dolphin. So if I need to pull it out and go into a building or whatever with it, I don't have to worry about having an outlet or, extension cord or power to run anything. It will have backup battery power, and then I can still have my inverter to, keep the power, to keep the battery charged. And then before over here, I used to have one of those Dofu side-by-side duplicators. I didn't really never use it much, but after a while, the ball bearings fell out the bottom of the plate. I will eventually fix that one, and that one will go in my key shop with the Ilco. So, and then I do have my old Kawaki SE9 key machine in the key shop. So I have all three Dolphins in the mobile vehicle, and then my other key machines in the key shop. So yep, let me just try to clean some of this up and make some space, and we get the new machines in here. Alright, so this one is the Condor XC-009 by Xhorse. This is it out of the box, and these are the accessories that it came with. This is the handle. It'll mount right here. I got two bolts to attach the handle, and this pre-cut blade is probably for doing the alignments for setting up, calibrating the key machine. It comes with a 24-volt plug-in charger, and this case that has little hand tools that you probably need. So a little file, a couple of different size Allen heads, a wrench, a cleaning brush. I'm not sure what this is used for. And then we have our other power cord, another Allen wrench there, and then some small alignment tools. So the main reason why, I'm switching from the Ilco to this Xhorse machine is basically, look at the size difference between the two. This took up a lot of space. This is going to free up some space. Like I said, it is battery powered, so the power management will probably be a little bit better. And I mean, I needed a second machine anyways, one for the mobile vehicle, one for the shop. So, I mean, I would have had to get another cutting unit regardless. So I figured out I'd give the Xhorse a try. Alright, so now I still gotta clean up the space, but I'm gonna make a little bit more space, and then we'll get the XP-007 side-by-side high security duplicator unboxed, and we'll get them both in the vehicle. All right, and here we go. We got the Dolphin XP-007 mechanical key cutting machine. This is a side-by-side duplicator that will do high security keys. I believe there's also ways of doing regular single-sided cut keys with these. I know on my Dofu I had some adapters that pretty much I was able to cut most style keys other than like tubular keys, and I believe this might even do some type of dimple keys. But yeah, I gotta read the manual, and I'm gonna watch some videos on YouTube myself on this particular machine, on actually both machines, on getting them calibrated, dialed in correctly, and some of the procedures of doing what they need to do. But this is also battery powered, so it has an internal battery, and again it has the same power pack that the other one came with, a brush, some tools, cutters, decoders, and some alignment blocks, and it also has a couple of rubber bands that control the motors, the motor bands. So yeah, just giving you a quick rundown of what it is. We can power it on right there. It does have some charge to it, and then there's a battery indicator on the front. This level, once it's unlocked, or lever I should say, once unlocked, will control the up and down, and this controls these two axes going front and back and side to side. And you could lock them in place, unlock them. But yeah, I'll have a more in-depth video after I read the manual and watch some videos and get it all dialed in on how to use all the different features of this machine. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting it set up and find where I want to have it in the back of my vehicle. All right, so this will just give you a rough idea of how everything will be set up. Again, this is not permanent. I'm still figuring out as I get more stuff and move things around. I'm actually probably going to be changing vehicles soon, so I'll probably have a bigger box set up where it'll be a little bit more spread out. But here goes my Xhorse Dolphin. This is the key machine I use to do about 90% of the work that I do. I have no real complaints about it. It's never left me stranded. It does. I only do car keys, and I haven't come across a job where I need to do something that this machine wouldn't do. All right, here goes my Xhorse key reader. Sometimes, trying to use the probe to decode keys, say if it's a plastic key or, aluminum key, the probe might not work on it, whereas the key reader will take an x-ray picture of it and decode the cuts of the key for you. I really didn't need this with this setup. My other key machine at one point got messed up, and anytime I went to go decode keys, it would break the probes, and that's when I brought the key reader, and I was using it mainly for that. But since I've switched over to the Dolphin, I haven't had that problem, and I really haven't needed it, but it's there for a backup. And here goes the new side-by-side duplicator. As you see, it takes a lot less space here in the setup than my old Ilco. And then I have the manual duplicator here right next to it. And as you can see, right now they're all plugged in and charging. And they're actually all running off of this small Cobalt inverter that I have here. I do have bigger inverters that I can hook up to the vehicle, but like I said, this was a temporary setup, and I didn't want to run power wires or anything. This Cobalt inverter here actually runs off a battery. I just recharge it at night, and I don't use it that much because, like I said, all these have internal batteries. So if need be, or if I'm at the shop or anything, I can just pull the cord that goes to my power strip here and plug it into extension cord at the shop, or even if I'm at home, plug it into extension cord, and while I'm doing other things, all my machines will go ahead and get a full charge. And I mean, realistically, my Xhorse, the Dolphin, will probably last about 2 weeks on battery power alone. So, you know, and these two I expect to use a whole lot less, so I'm sure I'll get pretty good use off of it just off the battery and not having to use the inverter. If I do use the key reader, then I need the inverter, or I need to plug in somewhere. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty decent setup. You know, and I'll do an update video in a couple of months just to let y'all guys know how it goes, what I liked, what I didn't like about it. And, you know, I got to try to see what the best way is to see if I can mount these in. I don't know how much they're going to move around while in here just sitting there, because, you know, I drive pretty fast. I go over bumps, I take sharp turns, and, you know, I don't want them moving around. I think that's how I lost the ball bearings in the slide to the other Dolphin. But again, thanks for watching. LakelandCarKeys.com.